In the midst of the Great Depression, where America was heading toward an economic downturn, there was an unlikely hero who had the crowds cheering on their feet as he proved just how hard a man would fight to win a second chance for his family and himself. That common man hero was James J. Braddock, or better yet known as Cinderella Man, who became an inspirational sports legend in history. Braddock got the title Cinderella Man from his fairy tale-like rise from a poor local fighter to the heavyweight boxing champion of the world. The movie Cinderella Man depicts the true story of James Braddock, who became an inspiring figure of the 1930s. However, there were some major inaccuracies found in the movie from reality. The movie starts off in New York, 1928. The Roaring Twenties was an exciting time period of economic prosperity. In reality, also depicted in the movie and the book, his reputation was growing. He was earning good money, almost $15,000 per fight, and was investing it wisely in the stock market as 1928 began. The fans loved him, and his manager Joe Gold would brag about the fights Braddock would win. That's until October 29, 1929, when the stock market crashed and America entered the Great Depression. The stock market crashing drastically affected the economy. The movie and the book both do a good job on depicting the struggles faced by ordinary people. Unemployed men are seen roaming the streets looking for jobs. People are standing in lines for free food, and we see homeless New Yorkers living on the streets. James Braddock also suffered too and ran out of luck when he broke his right hand, which led him to losing some fights. He found himself unable to pay the bills or buy enough food for his children and wife. In the book and in the movie, it shows how he supported his family by going to the Hoboken docks begging for a job just like the rest of the struggling population, and going to public relief centers to get extra cash. However, there is a major historical inaccuracy shown in the movie. This was the scene where Braddock desperately asked the boxing commission for money as a last resort to pay his debts and get his family back. In reality, what happened was that Braddock went to Gold first, who was tapped out himself, and out of pure loyalty to Braddock, went to the commission for him and asked for money.
They gave me $19. I need another $18.38 so I can pay the bill and get the kids back. You know me well enough to know if I had anywhere else to go, I wouldn't be here. If you could help me through this time, I sure would be grateful.
Joe Gold offered him a chance for one night and earned cash against the number 2 contender in the world, Corn Griffin. From that point on, Braddock, driven by the thought of supporting his family, drove him back to the boxing ring. As a distraction from the Great Depression and working himself up from being the underdog, he became known as Cinderella Man among the people. The movie and the book stays on point on showing his determination to fight to support his family during desperate measures. As he continuously won in the ring, he did the unimaginable and took on the heavyweight champion of the world, Max Baer, who was known for killing 2 people in the ring. As a distraction from the Great Depression and an inspiration to others, he ended up winning against Max Baer. However, Hollywood's attempt to turn Baer into a cruel, heartless villain is where the film strays from reality. The film portrays that he purposely killed those 2 men, Frankie Campbell and Ernie Schaff, and then gloated about it later. In reality, he didn't gloat about it. He was depressed about the fact that he just killed 2 people with his bare hands. There were other minor inaccuracies as well. For example, the beginning of the film starts in 1928, where it shows all 3 Braddock children present, when we know that their first child was not born until 1930. Also, most fight scenes in the movie were way too brutal than the actual fights. Overall, Cinderella Man is an accurate movie. The few inaccuracies make the movie appear more dramatic and interesting to watch.
Now guess who? Here's a clue. He came to the ball and his wife Peter lost his Nike shoe. Now, what's his name? Cinderella Man, Cinderella Man, Cinderella, Cinderella Man, Cinderella Man. If I had a time machine, I'd be Cinderella.
Winner and the new